you shoot, scream, so what you can say.
Answer him, please, Zoya. Answer him. Look at him. Yeah, actually, take it very personally, too.
You shoot, scream, so what you can say.
CJ, go.
Stand up a minute. Over here, right next to me. You're what, 22? And I'm almost twice your age. Doctor, which one of us looks younger?
Go, yeah.
Your face of the light that your chase leads you further away.
All right, let's talk, shall we? Let's talk about my bright, interesting life. Where should we start?
What does it take to stay awake when everyone's asleep?
I was afraid you'd hate me. Every night I dreamed you were looking at me and you didn't recognize me. I wish you knew. Ever since I got back, I've been coming out just to walk around the lake. I walked by this house several times, but I just couldn't bring myself to go in.
As you sleep and you mistakes of mankind in the heat.
Why do you say that you kissed the ground I walked on? Someone should kill me. I'm tired out. If only I could rest. Rest. I'm a seagull.
So many things you rearrange, but at the end, what have you changed?
Here we argue.
All right, let's talk, shall we? Let's talk about every bright, interesting
Ever since I got back.
43. Some, like a man who spends all his time thinking about the moon, staring at the moon. I have a moon of my own.
When I'm not around, she's 32. When I'm around, she's 43. That's why she hates me. Besides, I can't stand her kind of theater. She loves the theater. She thinks she's a servant of high art. But what I think is that that kind of theater is tired. It's all worn out. It's used up. You go. You sit. The lights come up. The curtain rises, and there they are, these servants of art. And they give you the same shit over and over and over. All they can show you is how people eat, drink, walk, work, wear clothes, and make love. And it makes me sick. I want to run away from it all. The way Maupassant ran away from the Eiffel Tower. He thought it was so ugly, so vulgar.
You're what, 22? And I'm almost twice your age. Doctor, which one of us looks younger? You see, and why? Because I work all the time. I live life to the fullest. I'm constantly on the go. You do nothing. You just sit around the house. You never live. I have a fixed rule. I never think about the future. I don't think about old age, and I don't think about dying. Whatever happens, happens.
Sometimes people get obsessed with things, ideas, like a man who spends all his time, let's say, thinking about the moon.
Excuse me, Tom. CJ, make sure you give it to time.
Okay.
Make sure you give it to time. As you would in the
Yeah,
circle.
I did.
Make it more distinct.
Oh,
Make it more
okay.
distinct, if you will.
Okay.
Feed him off.
I don't think about old age, and I don't think about dying. Whatever happens, happens.
Sometimes people get obsessed with things, like a man who, let's say, thinks all the time, let's say, about the moon, stares at the moon. Well, I have my own moon. All I can think about day and night is having to write. I have to write. I have to. I finish one story, I have to start another, and then there's a third, and after that there has to be a fourth. I write without stopping, like an express train. It's the only way I know how. Now I ask you, what's so beautiful and bright about that? It's a stupid lie.
Do you remember you shot a seagull?
Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
supposed to be the verb, but I
sorry.
didn't.
It's a stupid actor. It's a stupid life.
I was afraid you'd hate me.
All right, good. Too much space, Amy.
Sorry.
Pick it right up.
Yeah,
Pick it right up.
Let me do that again.
Pick it right up. Pick it right up.
Because it's the only way I know how to write. It's a stupid life.
I was afraid you'd hate me.
Good. Can you give me that one time? Just to me.
It's the only way I know how to write. It's a stupid lie.
I was afraid you might hate me. No gap.
Okay.
I'll give you the high sign.
And you help each other by the way you do in the circle. You kind of, it's your turn.
Okay.
So that you know. You know. Oh, you're lovely. Each time they finish, if you could start up, you know what I mean?
I just play with it louder. Is it?
It's fine. If you could be a little, each time like when Todd finishes, bring it up a little and then down. You know what I mean? So you're playing, he finishes, it comes up a little and the line goes over the music and you're going down. But don't be afraid. Actors, you have to be louder and it's too real. Meaning, movie time. This is not movie time, this is not that intimate a space. What we're doing with the Chekhov in this particular exercise and performance, if you want to call it that, is emphasizing the poetry of it, rather than just reality. Yeah? We're not just doing the reality, we're emphasizing the poetry, which means it moves fast, because good poetry has to move fast, has to go faster, CJ, in places. Every line has equal emphasis in that. So you've got to find places where it's fluid.
Yeah.
Let's go from the end. It was lovely. Yeah, nice. Nice.
I write without stopping, like an express train. It's the only way I know how. Now I ask you, what is so beautiful and bright about that? It's a stupid life.
I was afraid you'd hate me. Every night I dreamed you were looking at me and you didn't recognize me. I wish you knew. Ever since I got back, I've been coming out just to walk around the lake. I walked by this house several times. I just couldn't bring myself to go in. Let's sit and talk and talk. It's lovely here, so comfortable and warm. Can you hear that wind? There's a passage in Turgenev, happy the man on such a night, who has a roof of his own and a place by the fire. I am the seagull. No, that's not right. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Turgenev. And may the Lord help all homeless wanderers. Doesn't matter.
Do you remember you shot a seagull? A man happened to come by, saw, and for the lack of anything better to do, destroyed. An idea for a short story. I'm not like that. I am a real actress now, and I act with joy and excitement. I get intoxicated on the stage, and I feel beautiful. But while I'm here, I walk everywhere. I walk and I think and feel every passing day my mental strength grows. I know now, I understand, Kostya, that for our work, it doesn't matter whether it's acting or writing. The important thing is not fame or glory. It's not what I dreamed about, but it's the ability to endure. Have faith. Know how to bear your cross. I have faith. It doesn't hurt as much. And when I think about my calling, I'm not afraid of life.
And I see as I go, life will change another way, but can I ask another way? And I see ahead of me another day, another sun, another path. Is this
not good for him living out in the country. He gets bored. You know, Mama, if he suddenly got generous and just lent him a couple of $1,000, he could live for a full year in town.
I don't have any money. I'm an actress, not a banker.
Mama, will you change the bandage for me? You're so good at it.
The doctor's late.
Yeah, he said he'd be here by 10. It's already noon.
You look like you're wearing a turban. Last night, a delivery boy in the kitchen, he asked what country you were from. It's almost all gone, all healed, nothing left but a scratch. Now you won't go bang bang again, will you, once I'm gone?
No, Mama, no. I was crazy with despair. I guess I lost control for a minute. It won't happen again. You have magic hands. You know, I remember one time a while back, you were still working at the State Theater, and I was just a little kid. There was that fight out back of our building. Remember? Someone beat up one of the tenants, the laundry lady. Remember? They knocked her unconscious. And you took care of her. You got medicine for her, and you washed your kids in the bathtub. Don't you remember?
No.
There were 2 dancers living in that building. To stop by for coffee.
I remember them.
We're both so religious. These last couple of days, I've loved you the way I did when I was little. Totally, tenderly. You're all I've got. Only there's that man. He always comes between us.
You just don't understand him, Kostya. He's a very distinguished individual.
Maybe. He didn't act so distinguished when I challenged him to a duel. He's leaving, running away.
Don't talk nonsense. He's leaving because I'm taking him. I know you're not happy about our relationship, but you're an intelligent young man, and I have a right to expect you to respect my choice.
I do respect your choice, but you have to respect mine. And I choose to act towards that man the way that I want. You know, some distinguished individual. Here we are, arguing about him, and he's out in the garden laughing at both of us, twisting Nina's mind, trying to convince her that he's a genius.
You love to annoy me, don't you? I respect that man, and I must ask you not to say nasty things about him in my presence.
Well, I don't respect him. You want me to treat him like he's a genius. Oh, excuse me. I can't lie. His writing makes me sick.
Oh, that's just envy. You know, people with no talent, but lots of pretensions. All they know how to do is attack anyone with real talent. Why? Does it make you feel better?
Real talent! Real talent! I have more talent than all of you put together. You and those tired, old friends of yours. You know, you've taken over everything artistic. You think the only thing that's real, the only thing that's legitimate is your own work. Anybody different, you try to shut them up and get rid of them. Well, I don't respect any of you. I don't respect you. And I sure as hell don't respect him.
Oh, you symbol.
And you can just go back to your precious theater and act in those cheap second-rate plays.
I have never acted in anything second-rate. Get away from me. You wouldn't even know how to write a third-rate play. You're from Kiev. You're from Kiev and you're middle class. You sponge.
You miser!
You amateur. You're nobody. Stop crying. There's no need to cry. You mustn't. Oh, my poor boy. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm such an awful mother.
Oh, God. If you only knew. I've got nothing. Nothing left. She doesn't love me anymore. I can't believe it. All my hopes are gone.
You mustn't lose hope. I'm taking him away from here today. She'll be in love with you again. We're not mad at each other anymore, are we?
No, Mama.
Go tell him you're not mad at him. You don't have to find a duo, do you? Do you?
No. Just don't make me go talk to him. I can't. It's just too painful. Here he comes. The doctor can fix the bandage. I'll just go.
Great. Hold on a second. Nicely done, guys.